Welcome into the Sharp Sports YouTube live podcast tonight. This Wednesday, January 14th. The Denver Nuggets come away with a dominant, really. Final score was not indicative of the game. Nuggets were up big at various points of the game, but the Nuggets finally do defeat the Dallas Mavericks 118 to 109. A little live reaction tonight. Going back to this, I was looking back over at the fact that the Mavericks and Nuggets have played twice. One game I was actually at, a home game for the Nuggets, that they lost 131 to 121, in which the Nuggets played absolutely zero defense. Anthony Davis and Cooper Flagg both absolutely were electric in that game. Davis had 32 points, Cooper Flagg had 24, and Ryan Nembhard even had 28 points in a game in which the Nuggets were having some early home court woes, I should say. Lost that one 131, 121. Lost to the Mavericks. Again, 1 point loss in Dallas, 131 to 130. However, mostly want to focus on the game tonight as the Nuggets pull away 118 to 109. We're pretty even in the fourth quarter, but Nuggets had a comfortable halftime lead. Let Dallas get back into the game a little bit in the third quarter. But really, Jamal Murray played well. Peyton Watson played very well. And going to talk a little bit more about what the Nuggets are managing to do with the absence of Nikola Jokic. For those who may not know, who don't follow the Nuggets as closely as I do, the Denver Nuggets unfortunately lost Nikola Jokic to basically a knee hyperextension that looked absolutely devastating and terrible in a Nuggets 147 to 123 loss to the Miami Heat. Approximately, I'd say about 16, 17 days ago. And since then, they've actually done quite well without Nikola Jokic. Have gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 3 in that time, including a road win at Boston, a road win at the 76ers. Unfortunately, dropped a weird home game in which they kind of just ran out of gas against the Atlanta Hawks, who had just traded Trae Young. I thought the Nuggets would be able to win that one, but came back shortly after, and were able to take care of the Milwaukee Bucks. One at New Orleans, which, New Orleans is nothing special. I actually went to a Pelicans game while I was in Louisiana, and I can tell you the Pelicans are as bad as advertised. But this is a key win for the Nuggets. It's a nice conference win for them. And really what's I'm encouraged about is that we're seeing what the rest of the team is like, what other guys can do in the absence of the greatest basketball player to play right now in Nikola Jokic. And other guys have been stepping up. I would say the two guys for sure that have stepped up the most, in my opinion, definitely is Peyton Watson. Peyton Watson, basically you can look basically since the new year, which doesn't include the game at Toronto, which technically was last year, but basically this year, since 2026, since Nikola is no longer playing, he's averaged 37.6 minutes per game, 51% shooting, 48.6% on three-pointers, and really 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 24.7 points in the month of January for Peyton Watson. So given more playing time, given more responsibility, given more workload, and everything else, his rebounding, his playmaking, his defense, and now his scoring has dramatically increased. He's basically literally has doubled his scoring average. He was averaging 12.8 points per game before this in December, and now has doubled to 24.7. So good for Peyton Watson, young guy, obviously playing for his next contract at this point, but really good to see him step up because, quite frankly, if the Nuggets are going to make another deep playoff run, they're going to need all the help they can get. And part of the problem with Malone last year is he didn't trust the young guys, didn't want to develop the bench, and Dave Adelman's been more than willing to do that. And unfortunately, due to injuries and whatnot, in certain games where the Nuggets have been very shorthanded, including their absolutely kind of insane win that they had, where they basically had an overtime win against the 76ers, with basically probably their top 7 guys out for the night. The Nuggets have managed to really stay afloat, which is one of the dog days of the NBA. It's post Christmas. It's dark. It's cold. Although it's not cold in Denver right now, but basically dead of winter. This is where the league can really get to be a bit of a grind. And for the Nuggets, they're keeping pace as of now because of their wins tonight and some of the Spurs losses that they've had in recent games. The Nuggets have managed to get themselves back into the 2 seed at 28-13, having gone 6-4 in their last 10 games and have won 3 straight. So good for them. Currently in the 2 seed, just above San Antonio. But it's absolutely critical that Nuggets do not lose their position in the West as they try to chase another NBA title. Granted, the Oklahoma City Thunder have kind of come back to earth since I last did this. They are now 8-2 in their last 10 games, including some more losses before that. Oklahoma City is still at 34-7, so there's really no chance. Everyone's playing for second place in the West at this point. But the Thunder have shown that they can be beat. They are vulnerable. The Nuggets are still the team that took them with their hardest playoff push. So if the Nuggets can get to tread water as they're doing right now with Nikola Jokic being hurt, and certainly maintain their standing in the West to a 2 or 3 seed. I would prefer a 2, but 3 is workable. That means, especially as a 2 seed, you would not see the Thunder until the Western Conference Finals, assuming that the Nuggets advance from there. So much better for them. And also, I would say this is a shot. This is Jamal Murray's shot to. I know that it gets talked about on and on. It gets talked about so much I almost don't want to bring it up. But of course, Jamal Murray has never made an All-Star team and all that. Well, this is your chance, Jamal. This is your chance, and he's playing quite well. Playing quite well in January, 38 minutes per game, shooting 47%, 41% from 3 points, averaging 29 points a game, and not turning the ball over very much. 12.3 assists is really the stat for Jamal Murray. That's really, in my opinion, the most important and really the most impressive without Jokic. Being able to basically take over the game at various points, get guys in the right position, certainly play well with the teammates that he has available to him. And I'm very happy for Jamal Murray. I don't dislike Jamal Murray. I just find Jamal Murray sometimes is inconsistent. It's maddening. And for a guy with as much talent, and he is a champion, as much talent as he has, he tends to have games where he comes in and out and in and out. Tonight he was on. He was on fire. He really played very well, I thought. 33 points to lead the Nuggets past the Dallas Mavericks. And the Dallas Mavericks don't be mistaken, the Mavericks are not very good. I'm not a big fan of Anthony Davis. I find his, he's just not durable. He's not a reliable player you can consistently count on. But he has absolutely been absolutely money in the last 2 games that he played against the Nuggets, of which the Nuggets lost. So Anthony Davis, with the 31 points he had in the 1-point win, and I believe he had 32 points. I'm looking right now. Yeah, he had 32 points in the Nuggets loss as well. Really, without him, the Mavericks are kind of really struggling. They have some good young pieces, but they are going to have serious problems keeping pace with the West. They are sitting at 15-26. They are not a good team. They will not be, I would highly doubt, they might be able to make a push for the play-in, but that's about the best that they can do. So it's critical for the Nuggets not to lose ground and games in the standings in the West, which is still very rough, very difficult. It's good for the Nuggets not to be losing a third game to the Dallas Mavericks, of which the Nuggets really, if they had split any of those games, would be in better position than they are currently. So just a little Nuggets recap. Again, for the Nuggets, really it's about developing the rest of the team. It's about the coach really getting true experience of what can he do with the players, with the ingredients that they have at their disposal. What can you possibly do to do while Nikola Jokic recovers? Because it's not necessarily about the regular season for this Nuggets team. It's still about the postseason. But at the same time, you don't want to fall too far behind with your superstar being unavailable. So next up for the Nuggets, they got a couple days off. They're going to host the Washington Wizards, who are, again, not a good club. but they Nuggets have unfortunately dropped some home games, especially against not good teams this season. So I would fully anticipate Nuggets hosting the Wizards should be able to take care of business coming up in a couple of days. So just want to check you out on the Nuggets. Good for them. Glad to see them playing well. Certainly rooting for them and figuring out a way, figuring out a way to get wins without their greatest player, and I commend them for it. Little live broadcast for you tonight. Thanks a lot. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, my name is Andrew Sharp, Sharp Sports YouTube podcast. If you haven't subscribed, I would appreciate it. If you even just give a like, I would appreciate it as well. And I'll be back soon talking about the Broncos and their big playoff push coming up against the Buffalo Bills this weekend. Thanks a lot.